right, girls, why don't we get started standing up today? Everybody knows me, but just for the camera's sake, I'm Terry. Thank you. Welcome to Yoga on the River, Authentic Living Yoga. Again, this is a free class. If you'd like to donate, there's a jar there for Friends of Portraits. By the way, we did get a $500 donation made on Sayadaw Gives Day. Thanks to all of you for that. That was great. So so far we have donated $740 since August. Yeah, so that's, yeah. I mean, like I said, it's never required, but it's nice that we can do something for our town. So I just flew in last night. I've been golfing all day, so no excuse. I do not have a class prepared. I think I told you guys last week if we did it, I was not going to have a prepared class. So what does everybody need in their body today? Any tightness in neck, shoulders, hips, back? I mean, where do you think you'd like to go? Would you like a more flowy class, a little faster, slow pace, or stretching? Anybody suggestions? Huh? Okay. Everything. Okay, we'll try to do a full body then. We'll get moving, but we'll do it a little slow. We won't go super fast like a lot of vinyasa stuff. If you want me to pick up the pace, just go like this. So let's find our Tadasana. Tuck, tighten, and tall. You guys know the drill. You're all regulars here. Lifting the shoulders up, squeezing toward the ears, and drop them back down, palms facing forward. Let's go ahead and lift those toes up and spread them nice and wide, and shift our weight back on our heels a little bit. Feel that weight shift back, and then set the toes back down. Now I want you to kind of engage all four corners of your feet so that your arches lift a little bit. I want you to pretend that you have a little ladybug under your feet. You don't want to squish that little ladybug. That's how you want your arches to feel, like they're lifted up, those four corners are engaged. Softness in the knees. Nice tall spine. If it's comfortable to you, go ahead and close your eyes. If you prefer, just have that soft, dristy gaze. If closing your eyes is uncomfortable for you. Start to just center yourself into the space, into the environment. Just noticing how beautiful this weather feels. Soft sounds of children playing in the background. Start to notice how your breath feels going in and out of the body. Rise and fall of the chest. See if you can deepen that breath. You can feel it all the way down from the top of the chest all the way through the abdomen. On the inhales. And when you exhale, see if you can exhale just as long as the inhales. As you breathe in, set an intention for your practice, something that you'd like to work on or focus on. And as you breathe in that intention so it fills up your entire being. And as you exhale, let anything go that you don't need for this class. It's not going to serve you well. You make your spine just a little bit longer, a little more space. Feel grounded through your mat, your crown's lifting to the sky. Inhale the arms up, opening up the side body, stretching, feeling the space in the side body, and maybe taking your gaze up to this beautiful sky, tucking the belly button and the tail, and a slight little back bend. Exhale, dropping the arms slowly back towards the earth. Let's do another grounding breath. Root down to rise all the way up. Bring the palms together this time. Reminding yourself of that intention you just set. And exhale, let all of that air out. Let's take our feet a little bit wider than our hips. Toes facing slightly at an angle. softness to the knees. We still got that tuck tight and tall. Let's bring our hands to our waist here. Breathe in and get tall in the spine. Crown to the sky. Exhale, let's come on over to bending at our waist and bringing our back to a parallel position here. Start to make space, pull the belly button to the spine and start to find space in the vertebrae. So we pull our crown of our head and our tailbone away from each other. With that extension, hanging on to that extension, bring a softness to the knees and the hands to the ground. Still long in the back. Adjust your feet if you need to. Pull the belly button in on an inhale, making space, and on the exhale, let's drop the crown of our head to the top of our head is facing the mat. Elbows bent and facing towards your knees. Just let that head hang, let the low back release. And shake the head, yes. Release some tension, no. Pull the belly button in on an inhale. Let's walk our hands in front of us, placing our palms, fingers nice and wide. Pressing through the heels, press our tailbone back as we push the ground away from us. Finding some length in the back, the side body, and allow the head to hang through the shoulders, squeezing the shoulder blades together. Connect to your breath. When you're ready, slowly walk your hands back underneath your shoulders. Breathe in and get tall and long in the spine. Exhale, walk your hands over to your right foot, bending your right knee. Yeah, you may need to change positions if you want to stay on your mat. Sorry, girls. Finding the opening on the inside of the left thigh. Adjust the spacing in your feet to whatever serves you best. Pressing down through the outer edge of your left foot. Inhale, come back to center, straightening the legs. Exhale, let's walk over to the other side. If you feel like you need more space, you can always come up on that heel too. If you feel like you need a little bit more stretch there. Inhale, let's go back to center and exhale to the other side. We're going to do just a couple rounds of that. You can follow your breath. Your pace doesn't have to be the same as mine. Stopping wherever you feel like you need a little more attention, a little more stretch. Just walking the hands from side to side. When you finish that round that you're on, come back to center. Bring your left hand up to your waist. Straighten in the legs, right hand up to the waist. Pull the belly button in. Soften the knees. Inhale, pull the spine. Exhale, come all the way up, slowly. Stop here and take a breath. Just notice how your head feels after being in an inversion. Can you feel the blood flowing a little more? Inhale the arms up to the sky, coming into a star pose. Nice, pulling those fingers nice and wide. Spread the fingers apart from each other. Pull that belly button in. Exhale, let's point our knees over our second toe, bending our knees and coming into goddess here. Goddess hands, goddess legs. Nice strong legs. Pull that belly button in. Breathe in and get tall in that spine. And exhale, sink your hips a little lower. Nice strong goddesses here. Make sure your breath is nice and stable. Inhale, let's come back to 5-point star. Pull those fingers towards the sky. Nice stretch here. Exhale, back to goddess. Let's sink those hips just another inch. Get strong. You might even feel some shaking. That's okay, as long as you're not feeling pain. Inhale, back to 5-point. Last one. Exhale, let's find goddess. Nice strong arms. Can we squeeze those shoulder blades a little bit closer together this time? Maybe like there's a pencil between your two shoulder blades and you're trying not to drop it. Pull the belly button in. Make sure you're grounded in all four corners of the feet. Lift those toes up now. Just the toes. There you go. Feel the challenge. Feel how that engages your thighs. Exhale, let's come all the way back up. And release the arm. Isn't it funny how just lifting those toes engages those thighs? Great. Okay, let's go ahead and bring our left foot towards the top of your mat. Our right back foot put at a 45-degree angle. Let's windmill the arms and find our warrior two. Front knee over middle toe. You can adjust your back stance to be wider if you need more room for your pelvis. Gaze over middle finger. Nice length here. Exhale is sink a little bit lower, making sure your knee doesn't go past your ankle though. Two more breaths. Can we make our arms a little longer? Can we engage that back leg? Ground through that back heel. Inhale, let's reverse our warrior. Palm up. Maybe your gaze follows. Maybe we sink just a little lower. Can you roll that right shoulder out a little bit? So yeah, open that heart up. Slide that right hand down the leg just another inch. Inhale, let's find our extended side angle. Bringing our right arm up and over our ear here. Pinky finger down. Pull through the pinky finger as we press through the back edge of your foot, of the back foot. Finding length and extension in the side body. Now look down at your knee. If your knee is not over your ankle, can you shift your shin forward till your knee stacks over your ankle? And roll that right shoulder open. Inhale, let's come back to warrior two. Exhale, let's straighten the front leg. Take a breath. And let's shift the right hip back, left hip and right hip back. Dropping the left hand, right arm comes up to extended side ankle. Your hand could be on your shin, your ankle, a block. Pulling the right shoulder back, left shoulder forward. Your gaze can be down or it can be up if it doesn't bother your neck. You have equal weight distribution between the front and the back foot. Inhale, let's rise back up to warrior two, bending the front leg. Good job, everybody. And let's bring the right arm forward, coming up on the back toes, finding our crescent lunge. Pressing through the back heel, knees stacked over ankle. Belly button in. Right hip pulling forward, left hip tucking back. Are you breathing? Step the back foot in just a little. Get your balance. Find something to focus on. Pull the belly button in. And if you'd like, you can launch forward into warrior three. Strong in the front leg, but not locking out the knee. Inhale, exhale, dropping the hands, coming into half splits. That's not working for you, just come into forward fold. Dropping your head towards your knee. Exhale, let's drop the back leg. Find our forward fold, grab our elbows. Belly button in. Bring your chest to your thighs. Bend your knees so your chest is laying on your thighs. And then as you stabilize there, begin to straighten the knees and keep the top of the head down. Find an extension after you get your chest tucked in. Woo! Take a breath. You can hang on to the elbows or you can drop the hands to the mat if that's working better for you. Inhale, bring the hands to your shins. Come up to a half foot back, flat back here. Stretch. Back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, press down to rise all the way up. Exhale, come down to your Tadasana, your mountain pose. I'm sorry, I just have to stop. The ladybug analogy I did, there's a little ladybug on my mat. Isn't it funny? I was like, there's a ladybug on my mat. Let's just take a moment here in Tadasana, just to connect to the breath for just a moment. Feel this beautiful air. about that little ladybug? It makes me smile. Smiling's good for you. Let's inhale the arms up. Palms together, rub those palms. Exhale, bring your hands all the way down. And release. Let's take the right leg, cross it over the left. So all the toes, 10 toes are facing forward. You've got a bend in both knees here. Pull the belly button in, inhale the arms up, get nice and tall. Stretch through the waist. Pull the belly button in, and exhale, begin to fold over, bringing your hands towards the mat. They're not gonna reach, that's fine, that's not the goal. Allow the head to hang. Just trying to get into those IT bands here. Pressing through all four corners of the feet. Let your upper body feel really heavy. When you're ready, pull the belly button in and inhale, arms nice and wide to rise all the way back up. Unwind the legs. Release the hands. Shake out the legs. Let's go to the other side. Beginner's mind. Let's see what this side feels like. Inhale and get tall. Let's cross the left leg over the right. 10 toes facing forward. Softness in the knees. Inhale the arms up. Belly pulls to spine. Exhale, we begin to fold. Only to that place of resistance plus a nudge. My hands aren't going anywhere on this side. This is a very tight side for me. See if you notice the difference from side to side. If that's too intense on your IT bands, then uncross your legs or come up a little bit. But don't lock out the knees. Can we make our head a little bit heavier? Find the weight. Inhale, press through the feet, pull the belly button in, raise the arms all the way back up to the sky, palms together, and unfold the legs. And release. Shake out your legs. I love that pose, but I have really tight IT bands on one side. Oh, my battery just went low. I may lose my feed here. Okay. All right, anybody have any requests here? Get into the neck and shoulders and what you think about it. Let's do that. If anybody thinks of a pose they want to do, we'll get there. Let's find our Tadasana. Your feet can be wider or close, whatever feels good to you. On your Tadasana, roll those shoulders up and back a few times. Inhale as we go up, go slow. And exhale as we come down. See if you can feel where all those sticky places are, those spots. And then let's reverse it. Down in our Tadasana here. This one.
We haven't done the other side.
Of what?
Warrior two.
Oh!
You did right back
I didn't either, thank you.
there. Out of bed?
We're out of bounds. We did Warrior 2. We did that whole series on one side, didn't we?
Yeah.
I knew that. Okay. All right. Well, let's do our neck roll, then we'll go to the other side. Okay. Let's pretend you guys have got the pencil on the top of your head. That point. Pull the belly button in. Get tall. Soften the shoulders, then begin to make little tiny circles with the head. You make them bigger, just make sure there's no popping or clicking coming up. People often think that's a good idea to hear that popping and clicking, but it's really not. That's bone on bone. We really want to respect our joints. We don't want to wear them out. We keep them for a lifetime. Let's reverse the circles, starting small, but thinking extension. Think of your neck as a cork in a, I'd love to think of it that way, a cork in a bottle of wine. That's the movement you want. You want that turn, but you want to be going up. Again, you can make them bigger if nothing comes up. And release, relax those shoulders, just drop them away from your ears here. So, we've had a special request to do Warrior on the other side. So, let's everybody inhale the arms up. Exhale, release the breath. Let's take the right foot up to the top of your mat, left foot at a 45-degree angle. Find your stance that works for you. Windmill the arms open, knee tracking over your second middle toe. Getting nice and long in the arm span, pulling the fingertips away. Knee stacked over the ankle, gets nice and strong, belly button pulled in. Feeling the strength in this warrior. Let's inhale and reverse the warrior. Palms facing up, stretching through the side body. Maybe sliding the back hand down a little more. Maybe sinking the hips another inch. Gaze wherever is comfortable for you. If you'd like, you can slide the back hand down a little more, just deepening the back bend. As long as you're not collapsing through the ribs. Take a few breaths here as we find length, rounding through that back heel. Inhale, let's come back to our warrior two. Find some extension length, stacking knee over front ankle, sinking the hips. Dropping the front elbow to thigh. Bringing back arm up and around the ear, pinky finger down. Finding space from the back heel all the way to that pinky finger, that line of energy. Opening your heart a little more to the sky. Maybe you take your gaze up. Belly button to spine. Breathing in and out. Inhale, let's come back to our warrior two. Sinking our hips just a little deeper. And ready, straightening the front leg. Shifting the hips back. Right arm comes forward. Inhale, exhale, drop and find your triangle. Like I said, hand could be on your thigh, can be on your shin, your ankle, wherever works for you. If you're rounding your torso though, then slide your front arm back up until you can feel your body straighten out. So your shoulders are stacked. Pull the belly button to the spine. When you're ready, let's breathe in. Come all the way back up, bending the front knee, finding our warrior two again. When you're ready, let's step that back foot in. Bring your arms up, finding crescent lunge. Pressing through the back heel. Right knee stacked over ankle. Can you engage all of those legs here? Press and engage. Pressing through the toes, pressing through the heel. Nice and active. Left hip pulling forward, right hip pulling back. A little more extension in that back leg as the belly pulls in. 2 breaths. When you're ready, shorten your stance a little bit. Find your gaze, pull the belly, get tight in that core, and launch into your warrior three. It's okay if you're shaking, it's okay if you come in and out, it's okay if you put the back foot down and then come back in. If you like, you can drop the hands and find half splits, nose towards knee. Exhale, let's drop right foot next to the left, or left foot next to the right, excuse me, finding forward fold. And release the back and neck. Inhale, hands to shin, finding a half back, belly button to spine. Exhale, fold. Inhale, root down to rise all the way back up. And hands to heart center here. Great job, everybody. We'll do one more pose before we'll come down on the mat and do a little stretching here. Find your strength in your Tadasana, a nice strong mountain pose. Feel nice and tall in your mountain. Softness in the knees though. Inhale, let's lift the right leg up so your knee is parallel with your hip. Exhale, cross it over and kickstand it. Now find your balance here, find something to gaze on. You can leave your foot kickstand if you want, or you can bring it up for a full wrap. Right arm crosses over left. You can either hug yourself or you can find your palms. Oops. Squeezing the core in to find your balance. Stay strong with your breath. Knowing that kickstand's always available. Unwind the arms. Ah! Unwind the legs and shake it out. Now, I would let you guys go with that, but Pat will not let me let you do just one side. I love that, Pat. Love that.
Did we have homework?
Didn't I not tell you I did not prepare anything? All right, let's find our strong Tadasana, strong mountain. Nice and strong, pull that belly button in. Get ready, find that Drishti gaze on something to gaze on. Left leg comes up parallel. When you're ready, cross it over. You can find a kickstand or you can wrap it around the calf. Whoops. One side will be easier to balance than the other. Once you have your balance, then you can cross the arms and hug yourself or bring the palms together. Opposite arm cross this time. And then once you have a balance, you can stay here or you can actually sink down and nest your eagle. Woo, breathe. When you're ready, if you're nesting your eagle, come up. See if you can, with control, come back up and then unwind. Yeah, that's a nice strength and balance pose there. And it's a nice twist and shoulder opener. All right, let's take a breath in. And exhale. Great, let's do that again. Exhale, pull the belly button in, and let's just kind of find our way to our down dog. Heels pressing towards the mat, hands pushing the mat away from you to press your hips up and back. Dropping your head and shoulders through your arms. Maybe pressing through the left heel and bending the right knee. Right heel, left knee. And just whatever organic movements feel good in your body today. I like to actually take both of my heels and press them to the left. And then lift them and press them both to the right. But whatever feels good to you. Whatever organic movements feel good. Maybe move those hips. When you're ready, let's find some stillness and strength in the pose. With softness in the knees. Pressing through the left foot, let's lift the right foot up to the air. Maybe bending your knee and opening up, stacking the hips to open up the hip there. Inhale, stretch long to your three-legged dog. Stretching the leg long, you're finding three-legged dog again. Coming up on the toes on the left and bending the right knee and bringing it in between your hands. There we go. Finding a low lunge here. You can keep your hands on the mat. You can place them on your thighs. Or you can lift them and finding your low crescent lunge. Whichever position you're in, be stable first. And then drop your left hand to the mat next to your foot and raise the right hand, finding a twist. Pressing through the back heel. Move your shin forward till your knee is stacked over your ankle. Maybe lift your gaze. Exhale, bring your hand down to frame your foot. Step your back foot in to come to our forward fold. Plant the hands and step or float back to plank. Shifting your weight over top of your wrist here. Breathing in and out, pressing through the heels, and press back to downward facing dog. Connect to the breath. Let's take 3 or 4 deep breaths here. When you're ready, shifting your weight to your right foot. Left leg comes up and back, finding three-legged dog. And you might want to bend the knee, stack the hips, and open up your dog here. Keeping your shoulders parallel forward though. And when you're ready, let's stretch that top leg back long. Come up on the right toes. Bend the left knee and bring your left foot in between your hands. Stopping here to stack your knee over your ankle. Bringing the hands to thighs. or up above. When you're ready, we're going to drop the right hand inside the left foot, open up the right arm, and press through that back left leg, or right leg. Finding a nice twist here. Exhale, let's bring the hand back to frame the foot. Step the left leg back to our plank. And lower down onto our belly. Good job, everybody. Yeah, let's cross our arms and rest our head in crocodile. Untuck the feet. Notice how your breath feels now after moving your body. Notice the energy that you feel in your body after we flow. When you're ready, let's take the arms out from underneath you. Hold them behind you, palms up. Rest your forehead on the mat. Engage those legs, those quads, those glutes. Inhale big and deep. And exhale, let's lift the feet and the hands and head off of the mat. Pulling the fingers behind you. Open up those shoulders, heart lifting. You can stay here or you can reach around and grab tops of your feet if you'd like for bow. Coming back to your Superman, locust, whatever you want to call it, and release. Placing your hands underneath your shoulders, pressing up to our hands and our knees, bringing our knees as wide as the mat, big toes together. Let's find our child's pose. Bending the elbows to open up the neck and shoulders. Your head can rest on the mat or your arms. I didn't bring any props, so if this is bothering your knees, please come off your knees. We won't stay here long. Walk your hands underneath your shoulders, pressing back up. Bring your knees together. Tuck those toes. And when you're ready, on an exhale, pressing your hips back a little closer to your heels. Just kind of opening up the feet a little bit here. Go slowly. You can be on hands and knees. That may be plenty. If your feet are more open, you might want to set your hips on your heels. Inhale the arms up. Pull the belly button in. Exhale, come back to our tabletop position here. Let's untuck the toes. Extend the right leg back up on the toes. Pressing through the heel. Make sure your hands are underneath your shoulders, fingers nice and wide. Maybe lifting the back leg off the mat, heel up, toes down, and lift the left arm. Finding a little balance here. Belly button to spine. Gaze down to the mat. You can open it up if you want, left leg to the side if that feels good for you. Slowly, controlly bring it back and coming back to our tabletop. Take your fingers before we go to the other side and slowly walk them out counterclockwise so your fingers up facing. Just go slow, just see where you're going to find the stretch. They may be sideways. Some of you may have your fingers a little closer to you. Just go to that place of resistance and inhale, and then exhale. Press your hips back just a tiny little bit. Open up those forearms there, wrists. Giving a nice gentle stretch there. We're not trying to force anything. And come all the way back up. Turn the palms around. Let's lift the left leg back up on the toes, stretching through the heel. Find extension in that leg first. Belly button pulls the spine. Toes on the mat for this one as we open up the back of the calf. Pull the crown forward. Find the opening in the length first, and then lift the back leg Hips level, and the right arm can come up by your ear. Pressing through the heel and the fingertips here. Again, stay here with your balance, or you can open up the pose if that feels good in your body. If you're out, let's bring it back to level. Find extension, and exhale back to our tabletop. Let's come down on our hip and swing our legs out in front of us. Pull that flesh away so that you're rooted through your sit bones. Shake those legs out a little bit. Pull the belly button in. Toes pulling back towards the shin. Softness in the knees. Let's lift the arms up. Inhale and get the long. Exhale. Begin to fold forward from the waist though, keeping that extension in the back. If there's a steel rod between your tailbone and the top of your head, we're trying not to bend that rod. So you're not going to be moving very far. If you're like this, you're rounding your back. I want a nice straight back. Now once you've found that full extension, then soften the knees and then reach your hands forward and drop your head. Now that we've made space, connect to the breath. Tune into where you're feeling the stretch and see if you can direct your breath there as if it would ease the stretch with every inhale and exhale. When you're ready, carefully walk your hands up to your thighs, pulling the belly button in and bringing your torso back up to parallel here. Good job, everybody. I'm going to move this way so you can see me. Let's go ahead and take our legs east and west. Find that sinking those sit bones. You can face whatever way works for you if you don't want your legs on the ground here. Bringing the toes back towards the shin, belly button pulls in. Getting nice and tall and keeping that nice tall spine. Let's bring our hands to the mat in front of us and begin to slowly inch them just till we find that place of resistance. And then a nudge. And then see if we can breathe with the posture. There you go. If the resistance fades a little, then you can inch your fingers forward a little more. But I always tell you guys, deeper isn't better. Doesn't mean it's better just because it's deeper. Your place in the posture is where your body will grow and become more open. Slowly walk your fingertips just back, just as slowly as you walk them forward, pulling the belly button to spine. We bring our torso up, take a breath, and then let's take the right leg and bend the right knee to bring the right foot inside of the left thigh. Get tall in the spine first as we lift the arms up. Take your torso so it's directed over your extended leg. And on the exhale, begin to lean the torso over, fingers stretching in the direction of the toes. Again, they don't have to meet the toes. We're just finding our place in the posture. Ready. Pull that belly button in, bring the torso back up, arms to sky. Exhale, bringing the right hand behind the right hip, left hand up to the sky. Actually, let's take that right hand out to the side on your palms. We'd rather do that way. And then let's, bending the right elbow, let's go ahead and open up the left side of the body here. You can stay on the hand or you can come down to the forearm if that works for your body. As long as your left hip is not lifting up. Can you roll the heart open to the sky a little bit more? If you're on your forearm, come back to your palm and press yourself up slowly. Breathe. Let's switch legs. Right leg comes long, left leg bends. Make sure you're still grounded through those sit bones. Belly button to spine as we inhale the arms up. Directing our torso over our extended leg. Flexing the left foot, soften the knees, and then exhale, lean the torso over with a nice tall spine first. getting as much length as you can first. And then drop your hands and head to wherever they want to naturally fall. Always make space in the body first before you fold. Connect to the breath. And notice where your mind wants to go sometimes on some of these postures, and see if you can direct it back to the breath. When you're ready, let's pull that belly button in. Extend the arms long first, and slowly lift the torso back up. Dropping the hands. Placing the left hand on the mat on the left of you. Inhale the right arm up as we bend the left elbow and open up the right side of the body. Rolling the left shoulder up and the right shoulder back so we can pull that heart towards the sky. Again, you can stay here or you can come down on the forearm, but not if your hip starts lifting. Mine started to lift, so I'm going to come back up. Your gaze can be towards your elbow, or it can be straight ahead if that feels better on your neck. Inhale, slowly pull in, up, and release. Great job, everybody. Let's go ahead and bring the soles of the feet together. I'm going to turn sideways here. Again, make sure your sit bones are still rooted. Pinky toes touching, allowing gravity to just open your knees to the right and to the left. Belly button pulls in. Let's bring our hands behind us, fingers facing our bottom here. Slight bend in the elbows. Elbows facing back. Breathe in and then exhale. Begin to bend those elbows and slowly find an opening in the chest as we open the gaze to the sky here. Squeezing the shoulder blades. When you're ready, you can come down on the forearms behind you. Making your way one forearm at a time. And then slowly bring your back all the way to the mat. Tucking the right shoulder underneath you and the left. Bringing your hands to goal post. Your elbows are in line with your shoulders, palms facing the sky here. Just allow gravity to open the groin and the thighs. Maybe you might want to close your eyes if that feels good to you and connect to the breath again. Connect to the sensations your body's feeling. If you feel any pulling or tugging or pain in those knees, then I encourage you to bring your knees back together. Let your knees knock together and bring your feet as wide as your mat in constructive rest. Never sit with pain. If you're still in bound angle, go ahead and bring the knees back up together. Knees touching. Walk the feet out as wide or just a little wider than the mat. And bring your hands to your belly. One hand to the belly, one hand to the heart. Feel your ribs expand as you breathe in. And exhale, can you feel them sink a little more into the mat? When you're ready, let's walk our feet back into the knees still bent so they're about hip distance apart. And then walk your heels a little closer to your bottom, as close as you can get them. Maybe you can reach your fingertips down and graze the back of your heels. Palms touch the mat alongside of you. Tuck those shoulders under one at a time. Hold the belly button in. Big breath in. Let's inhale. Exhale, pressing through all four corners of the feet and the arms. Let's lift the hips up and find our bridge. Knees pulling together. Tuck those shoulders under if you like and interlace the fingers underneath your body and press through the mat and lift a little higher. Try not to collapse the neck though. Nice flat neck on the mat. You can stay here, or if you want to, you can press through the left foot and lift the right leg up. And then maybe press the hips a little higher. Can we do this for 2 breaths? And then exhale, release the right foot to the mat if you've extended it. Untuck the shoulders and slowly lower 1 vertebrae at a time. Bringing the knees and giving ourselves a little counter hug here. Breath. Exhale, let's drop the feet, placing the hands, walking the heels back in. Breathe in, exhale, let's press up to our bridge again. Pretending there's a block between your knees and you're pulling your knees closer together, not allowing them to open up. You can stay here, or you can extend your left leg up towards the sky and bring the hips up a little bit higher as you do that. Flattening out the neck, finding your breath. Stay in here for 2 breaths. If your leg is up, slowly lowering it on the exhale. Everyone take a big breath in and see if you can lift those hips 1 more inch. Press those glutes, tighten those glutes, and then exhale, lower 1 vertebrae at a time. Great job, everybody. Give yourself a hug. Maybe massage that low back. Maybe taking happy baby or whatever pose your body needs. Anything that your body wants to take, go ahead and take this opportunity before we do Shavasana to take it. I'm going to do happy baby. I like to do happy baby and then straighten 1 leg and then the other. But you do whatever feels good for you. Last minute pose your body needs. Whenever you're ready, taking your time, finding your way to whatever position in Shavasana that works for your body. Making whatever adjustments you need to make yourself as comfortable as possible. Maybe lifting the right shoulder and drawing that shoulder blade down the back and setting it back down. Lifting the left, draw the shoulder blade and set it back down, relaxing the shoulders away from the knees, or from the ears, excuse me. Maybe extending the right leg long, pressing through the heel, and then setting it back down. Taking the left leg long, pressing through the heel, setting it back down, and then allowing the feet to flop open. Your palms can be up or they can be on your belly. Maybe your eyes are closed or a soft gaze at the sky. And then just let's let everything go. We're not controlling anything anymore. We're not controlling the breath. We're not engaging any of the muscles. We're just being here. Continue to soften. Notice if there's anywhere in your body that you're still holding on a little bit. Can you let it go? Maybe it's your jaw or your forehead. Maybe it's just your fingers. Can you let them relax? deepen your breath. Allowing it to be a little bit larger than it was a moment ago. Can you feel how that feels with your body connected to the earth as your breath begins to deepen? You notice the contact points of your body against your mat. And you bring your awareness to what your shoulders feel like as they touch your mat. Bring awareness to that one part of your body. Now, can you bring your awareness to your heels? What does it feel like for your heels to be leaning and allowing the ground to support them? Maybe begin to rock the feet back and forth a little bit, changing the contact points. Just noticing what that does to the legs, the way the tension in the leg changes as you rock the feet. Maybe squeeze the fists. Make a little fist and then open the hands and allow the fingers to be nice and wide. When you're ready, maybe stretching the body long. If that feels good to you. And maybe exhaling fully and bringing the knees to your chest. Remind yourself of what your intention was at the beginning of class here. Just reacquaint yourself with that intention. As you slowly make your way over to one side or the other, holding on to that intention for another moment, letting it sit with you, and giving yourself permission to allow that intention to take hold. You can see it, it will become your reality. You can feel it. When you're ready, very slowly and carefully make yourself up to a seated position, taking your time. Let's inhale the arms to the sky. Exhale our hands to heart center, allowing our thumbs to rest on our sternum here. Taking a couple rounds of deep breaths. Trying to make each breath a little bigger than the last one.